Good morning, all you lovely people. So, today I have a topic that I want to talk about, and the topic is called stress. And I think it's important. One of the things I wanted to address was a little trick that I learned along the way, and how I evaluate stress in my life, and how to combat stress, and how to put perspective on life in life and at different times of life, how to balance that with fitness and nutrition and eating right and being healthy. And so I'm going to write on the board real quick, and I'm going to apologize. This may be a little rough, but we're going to try to get through this with me holding the camera. So the first thing that I do is I create a scale. So I basically have a line that goes from one end to the other, and on one end you have a 0, and on the other end you have a 10. So then 5 would be in the middle. And what I do is I see 10 as basically really bad stress. So things like death in the family, divorce, some pretty the worst things you can imagine, unfortunately, that we go through. So, that's this is an area that you want to avoid at all costs. And so in the middle here, of course, you have like 7 to 5, and then on the other end, you've got like 2.5, and then you've got, a couple numbers in here, 3, 4, and then 6, and then 7. Of course, you got 8 and 9. So for me, typically what happens in my life is I evaluate life throughout the year and month by month, week by week, and I try to keep my stress under control. The reason why I do this in fitness is because I'm trying to make sure that I I stay on my goals. And everything you do should be goal driven. You should set goals in your life. You should set goals for fitness and health and nutrition to better yourself and to just end up in a great place. So what I do is, um, when I get into a place in my life where things get very stressful for me, and let's just say it gets to about an 8 9, that to me is kind of a danger area. And so if you start creeping, the 6 7 ultimately is where I want to be. So this right here, the 6 7 area, that to me is a good area to be. The reason why, because 5 is neutral, right? It's in the middle of the scale from 0 to 10. But if you get anything less than 5 and you're living that way, you become, I found that I become at least lazy and complacent, and things just sneak up on me on life, and then I don't know what to do. I don't expect them. So I get too complacent. So what you don't want to do, and it's okay every once in a while to be down here around, like, let's say a 3 or 4. So let's say a 3 or 4 would be like a great vacation, or I don't know, you get married or something. I don't know. Everything is perfect in life. So 3 and 4, 0 or 1, probably not realistic. It's like a perfect utopia. Probably one of the best times you ever had in your life might be around a 1 or 2. So realistically, it's okay to dip down below that 5 that I find, and to be around that 3 or 4. It's a good break. You need that. It resets your stress in life. But where you don't want to be is living down below that 5 all the time, or at least for an extended period of time, because you're going to get bit in life, because that just happens to all of us. So what I found is, another point is, not all stress is bad stress. Stress is actually good. It helps motivate you. And if you don't have some type of motivation on the other side of this 5, then you're not going to be driven to reach and obtain your goals. And especially in fitness and nutrition, eating right is a stressor. Lifting weights is a stressor. I mean, for crying out loud, when you lift weights, you're tearing down muscle and then allowing recovery time to rebuild that muscle, and so you get stronger. So the whole point on bettering yourself is first learning to tear down yourself in order to recover and to learn from that. So really where you want to be is, I find that around the 6 or 7 in life, And 8 and 9, when I start creeping up here, then basically I want to get out of there as quick as I can and start, kind of heading back to the 6, 7 area. And I find that works for me. And I find that it's a self check mechanism that has helped me quite a bit in my life to be able to determine, am I meeting my goals? Is in this time of my life, am I running into too much stress? Do I need to make changes? Sometimes the holidays can bring about stress, various other things, and so I find that this is a good way to cope with that. It's a good way to kind of logically look at something and say, okay, this is a way that I can analyze what's going on in my life and give it some kind of overlay so that you can, and if you're too high, find a way to bring that down. It's okay if you're too high, but find a way, something that helps relieve stress, whether that is to back off of a caloric intake, or let's say for instance, like I've got a goal and I want to lose weight. I've had some bad things happen in my life. For crying out loud, back off that. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay to miss some gym time, or to not to pull out that diet that you're working on, that lifestyle. If it gets too stressful, because eating healthy, like I said, and working out can be stressful. You can push yourself to a point, but everyone has a breaking point, and it's important to learn that about yourself and to know when that is. So anyway, I hope this helps. What I'm going to do is around for you so that you can see this a little bit better. This is the scale that I have done for myself, and I constantly use to kind of evaluate myself to figure out where I'm at. And so hopefully this helps. And thanks, guys. We'll see you next time, and God bless.